Hi, Charlene O'Hanlon with Media Ops again. I'm here at DevOps World, Jenkins World 2018, San Francisco. I am sitting here with Paul Goldman, who is founder and CEO of ITMethods. And thank you so much for taking a few minutes and talking with me today.
Thanks for having me.
So a little bit of the backstory here. We were just talking about what you've seen in the last year or so regarding, the evolution, if you will, from on-prem to cloud and kind of that whole platform approach. So let's talk a little bit about that, because I think it's really, really kind of fascinating. In the span of 1 year, you said you've seen the majority of folks move from not even wanting to have the cloud conversation because everything is on-prem.
Correct.
To let's talk about cloud, and not just let's talk about cloud, but let's do it. Let's make it happen. So
yeah, no, that's great. So we were here a year ago, and about half the folks I mentioned that we spoke with were saying, "Hey, this cloud's great. Public cloud offers huge benefits, but we're on-prem, and that's not going to change." We really haven't heard that message this year, which is really interesting. Certainly if you look at the keynotes and the core messages, it's cloud first as we move towards cloud native applications, which are really where developers are going to deliver the rapid features and benefits of coding in a modern way today. So, from what we do, we help customers take all the DevOps tools, their current tools or future tools, into a platform on AWS. We have a platform that delivers an integrated DevOps SaaS solution. Now what's interesting when we speak to customers and they say, "What do you guys do?" or when they tell us what are their challenges, it kind of starts with, okay, we have a cloud strategy, we have a cloud transformation, and we're also being told to go SaaS. And that's where there's a lot of confusion, because SaaS means a lot of things to different people.
Sure.
Integrating different SaaS discrete solutions is very challenging. The other big issue, and we focus on large enterprise customers, is people want control. They want their data behind their firewall, and our platform is bringing a suite of enterprise services together that address things such as security and compliance and the hybrid integration. So some of the core challenges: how do we integrate different apps back to our users in the enterprise? How do we do it at the transit layer? How do we do it at the access control layer? So these are actually monumental challenges. We've spoken to some amazing customers this week who have some of the biggest companies, and they are struggling with, how do we do this?
Right.
We want to go cloud, we want to integrate. Resourcing is a huge challenge, skill sets is a challenge, and everybody's competing for these scarce resources. So
I'm hearing that a lot too.
Yes.
But what do you think, what's kind of fomented this change over the last 12 months? Because it just seems like a switch was flipped.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, from what we're seeing now are opportunities where the message is coming top down. It's coming right from the C-suite that we are a cloud-first company, that our business is innovating around the business that we're in, not trying to be technologists, and they're pushing those decisions down. So we've met application teams that have been struggling with internal restraints, and those decisions now are going up to IT leadership to say, no, we're going to stop doing these things. We're going to look at how to drive outcomes and focus on the things that are differentiating. One of the large financial firm we met with recently, we had an application team leader sponsor a meeting with a managing director, and he basically said, our CEO has a very clear direction, it's on the website, we're going to be an X billion, moving to multi-trillion-dollar organization in terms of assets under admin, and they believe the only way they can protect their investors' assets and deliver returns for their stakeholders is to innovate. And all those decisions are driving change in how the organization is structured. If we don't see that top-down leadership, it's very difficult for, frankly, many people to help, because they're stuck inside their silos, and there's a lot of internal friction that's not being sort of led by a guiding light that says, no, we're going to become this. And that's where people decide they want to be on that journey, or do they self-eject.
Right.
So that's the hard part of DevOps, is the change.
Yeah. Culture is a huge thing, and you're right. It does have to come from the top down.
Yes.
And I think everybody recognizes that. But a lot of times, I don't think the C-suite actually realizes what it's saying or what it's doing when it doesn't actually openly promote the idea of DevOps or the idea of moving to the cloud or something
Right.
like that. It really does kind of kill the vibe for the innovation for the company.
Absolutely. And you have a talent challenge every organization. And being a father and a young computer science son who's building, he sees his resume as his GitHub account now, not, so, essentially every company's competing for that talent that's going to drive the next great thing that companies produce. And I think the C-suite are getting the message. I think the circles they network in are having those conversations. I also think there's a generational shift as well. There's a younger C-suite that is more digitally enabled, or just pure business pressures. Somebody's come over the top or entered an adjacent part of your business with something very innovative that's delighting customers. So I think it's an exciting time.
I think you make a good point about it being a generational thing too.
Yes.
I think younger.
I don't want to date myself here, so I've transformed myself into 29 again.
There you go. Well, I got you beat. I'm 18 again,
Yeah.
so there we have it. Well, Paul, thank you so much for taking the time and talking with me
Right.
today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay.